Toxic masculinity is a phrase that is often misunderstood in my mind. Now, the biggest reason for this misunderstanding is the people who use the term toxic masculinity have co opted the term to mean what they want it to mean, when to me, the term toxic masculinity, another way to put that in Taoist terms, is too much yang. The Taoists believe with yin and yang, too much yang would lead to something that, while extremely hard, extremely firm, was brittle, was likely to shatter. And the opposite, too much yin, would lead to something that just had all the potential in the world, but just didn't have any pathway forward with it. So too much yang, too much yin, bad thing. So when I hear toxic masculinity, that to me is yang, too much yang. That's toxic yang energy. That's when yang is out of balance. You don't have yin and yang in balance. And one thing that happens as a consequence of this is so many people are using the term toxic masculinity, co-opted into their own belief patterns, that the other side is so turned off of the leftists that they just go, toxic masculinity isn't a thing. You're just hating men. You just hate men. You hate straight white men. When you say toxic masculinity, you're really just talking about toxic men, and you believe all men are toxic. And the tricky thing is, there are tons of people on the left side of the spectrum politically that actually do ascribe to those beliefs. They do believe men are toxic. They do believe straight white men are the problem. And this makes it hard to comprehend that toxic masculinity, along with toxic femininity, are a thing. And through a Taoist lens, all it is an imbalance of yin and yang. It's something that wholeheartedly exists. It's something that for thousands of years we've been trying to figure out how to balance. There's entire philosophies within Taoist culture all about balancing yin and yang energies and the importance of it. So, yeah, having too much yang in a culture is a bad thing. We have people who I think intuitively understand this. However, they're not sitting deep enough with the concepts. They're letting their biases overtake them, and they're getting caught in their biases. So instead of being able to come to the conclusion that, yes, there is too much masculine energy in our culture right now, and we do need a balance of yin and yang energies, instead, we're not getting past the hatred of men to make it to that next step, that it's masculine energy, not men, that are the issue. And masculine energy itself is not the issue. The issue is that the masculine and feminine energies are out of balance. There's too much masculine energy, not enough feminine energy. That doesn't mean we need to get rid of the masculine energy. We don't need to throw the baby out with the bathwater. We don't need to get rid of all of the yang, because just yin is still an imbalance of yin and yang and comes with its own set of problems.